Alright, today we're going to be seeing a reason to stop worrying. Watch this whenever you're stressed or anxious.
You are here.
I am there,
somewhere.
yes.
You can't see you. It's too far away.
Oh.
But you're here somewhere. Maybe
that
here.
Is very true. I'm
maybe
not there.
here.
Not there.
You could be almost anywhere here, but you're definitely here.
Mm.
You don't know why or for what. No one does.
I do. I'm there because that's where I was born, and what I'm there for is because my mother gave birth to me. That might be out there, but I believe that's the truth.
No. All I know is that you are somewhere here, magnetized to this strange, lushly coated wet rock, floating in its designated position of endless nothing. This rock you are on, it's tiny,
Designated by who?
and you are tiny compared to this rock.
That rock, sorry, I don't think the Earth is tiny. In comparison to other things, yes, but I think it's very, very average sized. You know, probably has a good personality as well.
If we zoom out a little bit, look how tiny you are. Even further.
No,
Tinier.
that's what I'm understood.
You're so tiny, your even tinier brain can't comprehend how tiny you are. Your tiny self is posted up on this tiny rock surrounded by this dark, massive, unending space that could be anything and nothing at the same time. This rock will give you life. It will give you everything you need to live on its crust for a period of time.
Yeah, it does.
It might feel like a while, or it might feel like no time at all, depending on what mood you're in when you consider this idea. Regardless of how it feels to you, when compared to almost everything else, it will be so short. A single frame in a movie that never ends. A frame that could be...
It's very true. Life is very, very short. that's very true in the grand scheme of things. They reckon the universe is 13 billion years old. Your life, if you were to put it out like a clock, you'd maybe make a nanosecond your entire life. So, yeah, you're very insignificant.
removed, and nothing would really change about the movie. In this frame, you will live on this rock, then you will die, and you will have no idea what happened. No one will. If you're really lucky, you'll have some friends and family and lovers who will be sad for a little while. They'll miss you, but they'll try really hard not to, because being sad and missing someone all the time is really tiresome. It'll mess up their lives, so they'll try to work through it and move on as best they can. They might go to therapy, they might practice techniques to get through grieving. They'll probably be somewhat successful. They will also die. If you're even more unusually lucky, you'll be missed and remembered for a little bit longer by a few more people. Perhaps you did something that impacted more people while you lived on this rock. Perhaps you were profoundly artistic, or smart, or a leader, or an inventor. When you die, perhaps more people will be sad for a little longer stretch of time. Most of these people would have never really known you though, so they won't think about you too much for too long either. And when they do, it'll mostly be a misconstruction of you based on their own ideals. They will all die. Over time, every person...
Alright, so you're saying watch this when you're stressed and anxious, and all you're saying is everything is pointless because everyone will die. Maybe some people will care about you, some people care about people, you know, some people cared about more than others, but at the end of the day, everyone dies. That's really great for whenever you know you're stressed and anxious, you know. There's some people out there who get very worked up and stressed and anxious over death. For instance, Zerka, I know he said that he gets stressed and anxious over death. So I don't think this is a reason to stop worrying. I think this is a reason maybe to worry about the fact you're wasting your life.
And every memory of a person will all die with each other. This won't matter. To you, to me, to anyone. We'll all be dead. The things you did, the words you said, the impacts you made, for good or for bad, big or small, they will all lose your name tag and will not matter to anyone or anything. So, whatever you're nervous about right now, whoever you're nervous because of, perhaps a first date, a job interview, a big...
I disagree, right? I very much disagree. Because how many... like stuff like, Greek philosophers, for instance, there's a lot of quotes we get from them. There's a lot of theories we get. For instance, the Pythagoras theorem, that's forever linked with Pythagoras. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. I must forget that then. But the point is, right, it can be attached. Is if you can do something astoundingly significant, like, for instance, figure out the sides of the triangles, the calculation for that, then, you know, I think this is a bit depressing. It's a bit wrong.
Presentation, an important test, a hard conversation. You might feel paralyzed with anxiety. You might feel like the course of your life is hinged on this coming moment, that the fate of reality is on your shoulders. It's not. You might be worried that you're going to do the wrong thing or fail. You might, but everything will be okay. Because for some reason, against all conceivable odds, you're on this weird rock, this planet that births life, life that births more life, novel life, intelligent life, you. In this unknowable
vacuum. You're saying I'm not intelligent life. That's very, very insulting. I'm really harshly insulted by that, I feel. Well.
Vacuum of potential nihility. You have this playground, this consciousness, this capacity for wonder, emotion, and thought.
Yep.
The only real mistake you can make is to not recognize this, to never relax it.
You can make a lot more mistakes. You can commit a heinous crime, for instance, and then end up in jail. You can not be subscribed to my YouTube channel. That's possibly the worst mistake you can make. What else? You can support Everton. That's a pretty terrible mistake. So there's many mistakes you can make that are very, very important and impactful. I mean, for instance, a mistake you could say was inventing the nuclear bomb. That's a pretty big mistake humanity made because there's a lot of nuclear threats. That's obviously not right now, but some people are scared of nuclear war, so there's mistakes you can make that are very, very important.
Or the hilarious and enthralling absurdity of it all. To realize that it all means nothing beyond itself, and to find freedom and inspiration in this thought. To explore and connect with what it can mean to be a you on a rock, in a solar system, in a galaxy, in a universe, in a who knows what. To be kind and decent. To have fun, to love, to laugh, to cry, to try, to fail, to live. And to remember that no matter whatever happens, you can still do all of this.
I can, yeah.
No matter what you do in life, worst case is you try your best, you be yourself, and you do what you can do with compassion, honesty, effort, and understanding. And it goes worst case. And then you move on, like everything else.
Well, I don't move on because I'm dead. You can't move on when you're dead, can you? You don't exist. But I still disagree that that's a reason to stop worrying, you know. I think for a lot of people that would make them worry. At the very least, it'd make them depressed. So, don't listen to this guy. Your life is very, very valuable. Yeah, make the most of what you have though, because it's very short.